Hi, good afternoon, everybody. And today my guest is.
Hello, my name is Wilson Correon. I'm from here, Ecuador.
All right, thank you for accepting my invitation. And this is a special episode for me and for you as well, right?
Yes, that's so incredible experience for me. That's, as mentioned before, that's my first interview in English. I'm really nervous here. Okay.
You don't have to be, it's not an exam or something like that. Okay, so you like writing, but we're going to talk about it later. First, my first question is, are you an avid reader as well? Do you like reading?
Yes, for me, reading is like a passion for me because I started when I was a teenager. Mm-hmm. Really, my first book is about poetry. Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of my teacher in the high school said to me, you need to keep all your poems.
Oh, wow.
Maybe one day you make a book about that. Mm-hmm. But that was true because, of course, a lot of poems I miss. Because I was young, I don't believe in that word. Just arrive what happened in my life. In this period of my life was so special because in general we fall in love with someone. This you have more inspiration for write poems. But later I take in consideration to be serious in that part. I want to write a book one day. I tell me. And that's this year was my day. I make a real this dream.
Oh, yes. Wow. All right, we are going to talk about your journey as a writer a little bit later. First, I would like to introduce your all-time favorite book.
Oh, I want to talk about my favorite book. Because the writer is French.
Okay.
It's Edmond Rome. He wrote the book of the Cyrano de Bergerac.
Oh,
that is so amazing book. Maybe it's difficult to read because it's like a script. When you read a book, the author or the writer mention everything. The person who drink in the back of the persons who are the principals in the book and describe all the elements and say first Cyrano say that, later Roxanne say that. That was so difficult for certain people, but for me it was incredible. Mm-hmm. In that moment, wow, I imagine all the situation in my head.
So it's like dialogues?
Dialogues. It's like when you have received the script of the movie.
Oh, I see. It's like a play.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. What grabbed your attention in that, except for the format? What about the characters?
That is so amazing because it's like a Romeo and Julieta.
Really?
Yeah, it's a story of love. Mm-hmm. Cyrano is a person with serious problem of the self-love. Mm-hmm. Because he has a big nose. But have this gift of the poem in his heart. I'm sorry, but he don't have don't find the courage to say I love you at Roxanne. Roxanne is one of the principals in that novel. But appear other man, mm-hmm. Christopher, and Christopher is a nice guy. Mm-hmm. And Roxanne fall in love with Christian. But Cyrano jealous about that, tried to kill that man. But Roxanne said, "You are the command of the army of the king." Christian enter at the army. Please take care of them. In that moment, Cyrano, for the love of Roxanne, make this promise. Mm-hmm. And take care of the Christian. And help Christopher, because Christopher have the same feeling with Roxanne. Mm-hmm. And Cyrano sacrifice herself and put his words in the mouth of the Christopher, because Christopher is a bad man in this area to be romantic.
Really?
Yeah, he's handsome, he's have a good heart, but don't have this ability to express. And in that moment, Cyrano take part in that history. That's what's
wow.
Yeah.
That's like really like a monodrama.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's so fantastic. Even there are a lot of movies right now about Cyrano de Bergerac. That is amazing. All these versions. I really appreciate all this. Even when I tell someone about the history, I remember one time I started to cry.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because it's so sad, the history at the end.
Very deep and profound.
Yeah.
Thank you. How old were you when you first read this Cyrano?
Maybe I have 10 years, maybe, or less, because unfortunately my father was so poor. We don't have money for buy a TV or something like that. But my father always take this decision to buy a book. I remember when he buy me Misha. Misha book is from the Russia. Yeah, but my father always buy this it's magazine, no book. It's a magazine. Yeah, but
short stories.
Yeah, short stories. And then he have this beautiful collection, the Ariel. Ariel is an editorial here in Ecuador, but have a collection of the 100 books.
Wow!
And I read every book. In one of these books is Cyrano de Bergerac.
So is this Ariel, this kind of company, do they reprint classics?
Yeah, reprints in Spanish. Even some of these books are from here, Ecuador.
Oh wow!
Yeah, but between of these books, they have these classics books. One of these was Cyrano de Bergerac, and asking my father about the book. And he told me about the man, because he was bravery warrior in that time. Even he's based in a real history. Yeah, the person really exists in the history of the French. Oh, of course, a little change when I wrote the book. Yeah, but I don't know, something in my soul was engaged in that moment. Because the Ariel is a book for person in general read, but not too much. But Cyrano was this difficult version, and taking as example, I want other, for example, J.J. I forget the name of who write the Harry Potter.
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling. And for example, recently I buy the book of the Fantastic Animals, where we find. That is the same. It's the same. It's like the script of the movie.
Wow.
Yeah, I love that. I don't know why, but it's something particular in this kind of books.
That's interesting. I think you're the first person who brings here like a drama, not a novel or not a non-fiction or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you also read novels or?
I guess, because I read a lot of books across my life. Some of them I can't remember. When Facebook appeared in our society, there are these particular scripts into the Facebook to add your profile, your wall. One of these is books that you read.
Oh.
Yeah, I take 1 week, put all the books of my personal library. Yeah,
that's cool.
But what's the problem? Facebook change and erase all these scripts into the Facebook and make other styles. 1 week, take me 1 week, put all the books that I read, and for so to disappear in 2 months later. That was that was the last time to do something like that. But it was so interesting, because always someone ask me about some books, maybe in that moment I don't remember. Yeah, but if I take the book, take the book again, and that's is in my checklist. Yeah, but it's so difficult because I started when I was so a little kid. There's a lot of books too in my life. I have the pleasure to know.
Have you heard about like this website? It's called Goodreads. It's in English, but I guess you can post on it. I mean, it's worldwide known, so you can give the recommendation in Spanish, or you can. There are lots of Spanish books. In Hungarian, we have one too. In my country, and it's also basically it's like a social network for bookworms, and you can also add friends, but you can also see, for example, you can see like what book your friend is reading at the moment. But it doesn't necessarily have to be like, real life friend. It can be also someone that, we both have Cyrano de Bergerac is our favorite play or anything like that. So I'm just following these people. And then you can get like newer and newer recommendations. But I love this website. It's really nice. It keeps my book list in check. But my to-be-read pile has been growing because I see from my friends' books, I see from the groups I joined, I see from the recommendations. I want to join everything.
For being honest, I never hear about that because the culture in Ecuador is so different to Europe or something, other parts of the world. Here it's so difficult to be a writer. Yeah, because that was in fact, it's my second book.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I published my first book on the poetry with the name of the poemas de un adolescente. Yes, in English was poems from the teenager. Yeah, but someone still made the book. Yeah, I can say that. Yeah, I can say the name. The legal terms, because in that moment, certainly university bring the service to hosting. In that moment, when I have my first book, doesn't exist Drive or something like that. I use the service of my university. And save my book in that place because in that moment we use CDs or something like that. But one day I have a curiosity for myself. And I tell me what happens if I enter a Google and write my name. That was interesting. I saw my book published for this university.
But not under your name.
No, with my name, but any of the prize. Don't give me nothing for that.
Oh my word!
Yeah, that was that. In that moment, I feel so good. I can't deny this because my book is in internet with my name, but it's only with the name Poems. What my real name? The book, because the essence of the book is when I wrote these poems when I was a teenager. And for that have certain value. It's different when you wrote when you are adult or something like that. But in that moment, I saw my book was so fantastic for me because this was near the 2000 years. In that time, internet. This was other history. It's like that. Like right now, you have all the access. You can publish. You can find some. That moment was, I'm in Google. My book is in Google. So I feel so nice. Right now, I feel different because that person. Why I don't say nothing? Maybe I with this program to the university. Of course, there are a lot to read when you accept the terms. Maybe in that terms they say something like, if you use our service, the content is ours.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem. I learned about that.
You mentioned that it's hard to be a writer in Ecuador, maybe even in South America.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but I also would say, I used to live here before 5 years ago, and I remember I had a really hard time to find books to read, and I can read in Spanish too. Maybe not Gabriel Garcia Marquez because it's long and like 200 pages about someone's mandibula or whatever. But I can read Spanish translated books. So, and I remember that in Loja maybe there was only one bookstore and the second-hand book, vendor on the Santo Domingo, and that was it. But now everywhere you see, in every little street, you can see like a small one. So someone is starting. What's your opinion about that? Like being a reader in Ecuador?
Yeah, be a reader is so different to be a writer. Yeah, I think a reader is so nice because it's the free way to go out apart.
But is it for you to find books that interest you?
Yes. In general, I don't marry with some kind of book. I love everything. Thrills, romantics, soap operas, everything, science fictions. Yeah, because I grew up with books around me. Grew up, but being a reader is so difficult. Yeah, because remember in Latin America the people live day by day. Yeah, when you try to say something like in the field of the arts, your parents, the person to support with a shield to feed you, etc., they don't see any future in that. They say no, that is a dream. Put your feet on the ground. Yeah, you need to work. Really work, some kind of like that. But be a reader, be an artist or something like that is a crazy idea here in Latin America, because we can live without try to write. For example, I take the decision to write because I have other work as a teacher in my city. I take the decision to write when it was the Merry Christmas time. This is a big time, you don't have nothing to do. Yeah. For that reason, I say, I have the free time. That's my moment to write. That was like inspiration that moment, because, as you know, the writer is so difficult even find inspiration. Yeah, it's a frustrating time. Yeah. But when you have this little line in your brain, you need to write. And take 1 week to write this book, but without rest. Even when I wrote the poems, it was so pleasant. Yeah, but when I write the book, it was so different experience, because I have a headache, and I think the brain is a muscle to consume a lot of energy. And even I remember that was the Friday, 2 days before to end the book. I say I need to rest, because I write in the morning, in the afternoon, in the night. At the beginning it was so easy. The first chapter was so easy, but in that moment all the ideas start my mind.
Jumble up.
Yeah, mix everything and start to write. I need to write that part. I need to rewrite that part. Even other characters of my book appear. I need to make. I need to remember all the chapters, and later to try to organize the ideas. It's so complicated. It's not an easy process. When I read the book, I felt so good, because take a lot of my energy. That made me crazy one moment. If I don't have any mistake in that, I think I slept all day only in order to recover. Because when you make some exercise, it's different. You feel these benefits, but when you write, you don't feel nothing. You think you lose the half of your brain. Maybe you kill a lot of. Oh my God, this is so interesting. But that is the good part. That's of course there are other parts. When I end to write, I need to start with the design. The design. That was so complicated. Take me 1 month, only the design. Yeah, because every aspect I need to be perfect in that. I put
Are
a
you a
lot.
perfectionist?
Yeah.
It's a bad combination to be a perfectionist and a writer.
Yeah, but this is so dangerous in certain times because you need someone to take care of you. Yeah, because I don't know the real life of the writer, but if someone say you need to rest, you need to sleep, you need to eat, maybe you can die in the process.
But sometimes you need to eat and you need to rest and things like that. That breaks up the inspiration point.
Yeah, it's impossible to stop because if you take a little rest, maybe the idea vanish, disappear.
Yeah, I agree with you. But that's why we are here now, to congratulate on your new book. And as I take it from your words, it's also like it's 2 books. So there is 1 novel and 1 poems.
Yeah, the first is poems.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't have, unfortunately, I don't have the rights for that book. Yeah.
And your new book is about?
I don't want to spoil it about that, but it's about when you need this connection with other persons. Everything is starting in that. You need to have a friend, you need to have someone near to you. And the main character of my book make these friends in order to don't be alone. That is so nice because when I wrote that book, it was a post-pandemic. I never feel something like that because that was my first global events that affect everything.
Yeah.
Everybody. When I remember when I be in my home, with the freedom to cross the street or something like that, or go to buy food or something like that was so difficult.
Yeah.
In that moment, I feel so lonely because I so different than my family. Because the unique in my family to like to read, like to enjoy the free. The open space or something like that. My family is more these traditional people to watch TV. They don't have any problems in the pandemic because for me it was so different. I can sleep in the night. Even I put the card in the terrace of my house because in my room I can. Obtain this facility to sleep. That was so complicated for me. I take all this experience and making this book because that's the writer do. Takes all the experience. I remember the Studios Ghibli, this Japanese man, take all the experience that he liked and making that movies.
That's why there are so many like similar features.
Yeah. I put in words in that moment.
Wow. I was going to ask you where you said like how you write everything like in a rush and day and night as if no tomorrow existed. What's the best comfortable environment for you to write? In the room or out in the nature or? Do you type on the computer or do you have a notepad or something?
Yeah. My first book, the point was writing my notebook because when the Musa you write, it's so nice. But in that case, the book I need to. The computer was a necessary process because all the ideas come to me in the same time. That was so difficult in that moment. Try to think in hand, for example, because you need to erase some parts and rewrite other parts. Even when you have some idea, you need to put in some parts, later take and put in other parts. It's complicated. I think in that moment the computer was a great tool for me because imagine that time when you need to this machine to write.
Start again.
Yeah, start again. Yes. Like at the movies, take the paper and throw in the trash paper. What's the paper? Right. Yeah, that's so complicated. But right now we have these facilities. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm really glad we have right now that.
Isn't it distracting though? Like there are so many applications and so many messages coming through. Or
I think when you are this kind of person like me. Mm-hmm. For example, the rest, even my family, I remember I put apart everything. Mm-hmm. I need to write my book. Don't have more time because it's a Merry Christmas time. In January we started again the process to study because I study here in Tony House Center for the international test, the FCE. I don't have more time. In that moment, I put clear all my ideas.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't enjoy the Merry Christmas with my family, only the dinner. Yeah, the dinner in the night. Yeah, the rest of the time because only have this period.
Wow.
Yeah, for of course was 1 week. Mm-hmm. In 1 week, write a book. It's a miracle. It's a miracle because. There are a lot of persons who told me and say me, you're not writing nothing. You use the ER or ChatGPT. And it was so difficult for me to listen that. Was person of my relatives of me, person of my family saying, that book is not right for you. In the cover of my book, put this content because in that moment I listened about something ChatGPT and some person to create a book with that and put in my cover of my book free of EA. Yeah, free is 100% for humans. Even everything, the design, the photos, all was made for me. Yeah, some people in my family so glad, so happy for that. And say me, where I can buy your book? And that was other part so difficult for me because I don't have any part because I told in Amazon, but I need an account in United States, a bank account for that. Latin America is out of the range or the boundaries of these benefits.
Yes.
Yeah, the other house here in Ecuador is like a mafia. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, you want to be your book published? Yeah, that is a remedy. You pay a lot of money for that. Even take some books for the house. Yeah, that was so difficult for me. Learn about that because that was my first book I tried to launch and listen all this experience even for other writers here in Ecuador.
And once you go with the traditional publisher, I guess they want to cut it, they want to reform it, edit it, and
yeah. In that moment, I try to find other solutions. Mm-hmm. Yeah, auto-publish or something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's so difficult because Latin America is out of all these platforms like Shopify or something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so difficult.
So, have you published it finally, or you are still in the process?
I'm still in the process. I have the book in digital. Mm-hmm. I saw the book in digital and some persons to ask me about that. But my dream is everything in the world, the people around our beautiful world know about this book because Loja, as you know, Loja is It's a city to bring a lot of this art. Yes, a lot of writers here, but in this moment, only think all these skills they can grow up only for the love to the moment. For some people, it's so bad for me. We need to have this freedom to publish, but I think we need to take a time. We make a range, for example, with Amazon Kindle, or something like that, because it's in Spain you can publish in Amazon Kindle because there are Amazon.es. Yeah, it's so easy. Yeah, but what happened in Latin America?
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear about all of these difficulties.
Yeah, that's the life continue. I want to write the other book. Yeah, it's the sequence of this, but it's like a multiverse.
Oh, wow. Okay. So is the genre like a fantasy or?
Yeah, it's a contemporary romantic drama. But
so you also have the dialogue format?
Huh?
You have the dialogue.
Yeah. But in my second book of this I don't know, line, I want to explore the same problem of the character, because they make these other persons. Yes, they mention. I remember one book about have the same problem in the beautiful mind. Yeah.
Yes.
But my second book is about the person creates this person voluntarily. No, it's for sickness or something like that.
I see.
Yeah, that's I have this history in my mind, but I need to this process to sell my first book.
Yeah. So that the readers can also catch up with the story and then go on.
Yeah, because if I start to write this book right now, I scared about what happened with this book. Yeah, that's
Thank you. And to finish or to end this conversation, what is your advice or recommendation for amateur writers who are collecting inspirations or?
Yeah, I think the most my personal advice is living, because if someone tries to write something without these feelings about what happened in the life, it's so complicated. It's not a process that you enjoy. Only it's like some person. I need to write a book. You start with someone, or with something. At the final, you feel all these bad feelings. Maybe you don't be a true person in your book. I think the reader need to know who are you through your art, like other artists in the world. When you watch a picture on the wall, you try to discover what try to do, or what try to say the artist through the picture or something like that. It's even the books. If the person, when I have this feeling, the person to read my book knows something about me, because it's my soul in that book too. It's not only right for writing. Yeah, that's my advice. Living. Go to know people and discover the beautiful of this world. There are a lot of, because that the name of my book is La vida no puede ser tan mala. The life can be too bad. Yeah, because it's like that. For me, the life is beautiful. Maybe we have problems in the life, but it's beautiful. For me, that is the idea.
Thank you for sharing. Do you have a website or page or anything where the listeners can?
In that moment, only I have. You can find me in Facebook as Wilson Antonio Carrion Samaniego, I have other social media like Instagram by anthonyagape.com. I think that is the most popular right now. Like even my book, I put some of these references on my personal social media. With personal web page, I have. Right now I don't have because I don't have enough money only for maintaining this web page or something like that. But yeah, but maybe in the future I can start again with that. Yeah.
Thank you. And now we are going to go to the summer holiday. So is the second part of the book is in the making?
Yes, I want to start to write right now. But as mentioned before, I need to sell the first book because I don't know what is a good a practice to start write the second book when I don't have or I can sell the first. Maybe that was a big mistake. I need to learn about other persons, but as you mentioned, I need to know what the person to read my book think about that. Even some person to buy my book, I ask him, please, if you like something on my book, let me know, because if you like this part, maybe I can start in that part in my second book, taking in consideration that. That's
nice. It's very like audience friendly that you ask for the opinion, like, okay, so which one to continue with, and then like that.
Thank you.
Great. Well, congratulations and best of luck with your project, and I hope to read your books soon.
I have the same feeling about that. Not only you, the rest, even my family. I want to read my book, and other person, even some of my students, only when I show the cover of my book, I want that, and I feel so nice about that, because it's not only write a book, it's share what you feel or what you think about something. Thank you for everything.
Thank you too.